Okay, well, Jack in Tallahassee. Looks like we're sticking with Florida for a while.
Hey, man. Hey, Don. How you guys doing?
Good.
Good. I definitely don't believe in the God of the Bible and this person who sits up on high and makes judgments and stuff. But I do believe that nature is God or godlike and the creator of everything, and it doesn't judge or make decisions, but it does balance the universe, if you know what I mean.
No, I don't know what you mean, and I don't know why you believe that. So go right ahead and explain both of those things.
Well, I mean, nature kind of creates everything, doesn't it?
Okay.
You could say nature is everything.
I believe that nature exists. What I'm wondering is why you feel compelled to call it God.
Well, I don't really think of it as God, but I do think of it as the creator.
Okay.
And I think
do you think of it as an intelligent, purposeful creator? Because as far as we're aware, nature isn't that.
No, I don't think it's an intelligent thing, but I do think it is a force that balances everything.
So nature is a force.
Right.
Do you mean that literally or figuratively?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess I mean it literally. It is a force.
No, nature's not a force. How is nature a force? I mean, nature's a word that we apply to everything, the cosmos, etc. It's not a force like the weak magnetic force and the gravity and magnetism and all these things, nuclear forces. It's to me, when we start talking about forces and energy and we get really loosey-goosey with it,
start turning into mush.
We have moved beyond reality into the world of poetry. And words like spirit and spirituality are so fungible that they end up meaning absolutely nothing and having no value. It's like when people talk about the poetic human soul. I'm okay with that. You know, the poetic human soul. I don't really like the language, but I understand that you can view it in that sense. When we talk about what we're really referring to when we say that, it's nothing at all supernatural. It's nothing at all like a force. It's nothing at all like anything that would have traditionally been associated with the soul, other than it's an amalgamation of the essence of what we think and do.
Well, I don't think nature is supernatural. When I think nature,
good, because that you'd just be wrong. There's the natural, and then there's the supernatural.
I would think that nature is just, like the plants having photosynthesis, and you have to have the sun, and everything. I think if we left everything alone, everything would work itself out eventually.
I don't know what that means. Do you know what that means?
Well, I immediately think of, adaptations, that one thing's going to adapt to whatever's there and take advantage of it, and another thing's going to adapt to that, and it's all this coevolution thing, but I wouldn't attribute anything supernatural to that.
Well, he's not, but he seems to be kind of expanding, I think nature's a force, and nature's there to balance everything out, and you're
I think there's a lot to be appreciated in nature, and how things work out, and these sorts of things, and well worth diving into and understanding. I think there's some sense of awe there. So I'm with you as far as all that. I guess I just don't think it's helpful to call it a god or to attribute it to a god or associate it with a god.
I don't really think of it as a god. I just think it's the closest thing that I could even think of as being a god.
Well, a horse is the closest thing to a unicorn. A horse is the closest thing to a unicorn, but I'm not going to go around looking at horses saying that they're unicorn-like.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just not helpful to say that.
So I think that you can throw away the God and the woo-woo and stick to what's real and not lose a darn thing.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with appreciating nature. However, the one thing I kind of want to go back to is this idea of nature as a creator. And the word creator brings some baggage with it, as if there's intent or purpose or design or a goal. And everything that we know about the way things naturally occur, none of that fits that. There is no apparent intent or purpose or goal. There's just molecules in motion obeying.
Other than a creator.
What's that?
Could you call it something else other than a creator?
Could you call it something other than a creator? You can call it all kinds of things. I'm just saying that I don't see where the word creator actually applies to that. Normally, the normal usage of creator is with regard
As an
to a
actor,
thinking
right.
agent, an actor, taking some action to create. And so that's why when apologists say things like, well, a building requires a builder and therefore creation requires a creator, I would agree. But my question is, why do you get to call it creation? You don't get to call something
I don't think it's aware that it actually is creating. I think it just does create because that's part of its nature.
Okay, how is nature creating unaware and without purpose and intent, etc.? How is
That I
that?
don't know.
What's it?
That I don't know.
Yeah.
No, what I'm
think
saying is,
he's
how is this different from molecules in motion obeying natural laws? How are those two things different?
I don't think they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
but there's baggage with the creator word, just like there's baggage with the God word.
as soon as you
So what
move
should I call it then other than creator?
Wellspring,
nature,
Nature, that's what I'm saying.
You know, it was
Yeah.
wonderful stuff. You know,
what should I call that horse other than unicorn? I can call it horse. I can call it George.
yeah.
It's like you're looking. And this isn't your fault. I'm not trying to beat up on you about this. It's like you're looking for a way to shoehorn certain ideas, certain anthropomorphic ideas, certain creation ideas, shoehorn them into the universe, and do it in a way that's somewhat poetic and somewhat literal, and finding a way for it all to make sense. Why not just say that it's nature? Why not just acknowledge that it's molecules in motion, that they're physical laws? Why not just acknowledge it for what it is without trying to imbue it with other characteristics that muddy the conversation about it? I mean, when we're talking about
I think that's what I am doing. Is I just call it nature.
Okay.
I don't call it God. I don't call it anything. But I just think it's nature.
So basically, you called in to say that you believe there's nature just like we do.
Well, and I think that it is the creator.
There's the problem.
Okay,
It's
not the creator.
there's the distinction, the one that we've been going over for a bit. Anyway, we're close to the end of the show. I want to try and get to one more call, but thanks, Jack.
All right, thank you guys.